Tonight, CBS6 learning there will not be a speedy trial in the case against 3 Rensselaer County officials accused of casting illegal votes in the 2021 primary and general election.
Rich Christ, James Gordon, and Leslie Wallace were arrested in April, facing several charges for violating federal laws. Their trial date is now set for September of 2024. CBS6's Tom Eshin joins us live in the studio tonight. And Tom, you've been speaking with residents and officials about the case. What are you hearing tonight?
Well, I was in that courtroom during the arraignment and have since spoken with lawyers, both working on this case and others on the outside. It's a complicated one, which is part of the reason for this 2024 trial date. Between now and then, though, a mayoral election is coming this November.
We live in a democracy. Thus, democracy not only entails rights, but responsibilities as well.
Residents in Troy believe in the election process and believe it can promote change.
I think we need to get some younger people represented and some new voices heard.
This November, there's plenty of opportunities for voters in Rensselaer County to let their own voices be heard. Several races, including mayor, up for grabs, where it's Republican Carmela Mantello against Democrat Nina Nichols.
I hope they will join me in feeling confident in their vote. I hope that they will join me regardless of their political persuasion.
Voters' confidence has been tested in Troy over the last few years. Most recently, 3 Rensselaer County officials, Rich Christ, James Gordon, and Leslie Wallace, charged with violating the rights of voters, each facing up to at least 10 years in prison. Court papers show their trial will take place in September of 2024. According to law, they are innocent until proven guilty, so remain at their positions with the county through another election cycle.
Well, I understand that part of it is in the name of due process, so that people have the right for counsel and to prepare. I do believe that that shouldn't extend to them staying in office longer.
Nichols has been a part of the Democratic minority in the Rensselaer County Legislature who have called for resignations.
We know that there's been a history of intimidation, so concerned about other people in the workplace. We would like to protect them from all of that. And so, yes, the minority party has a couple of times put forward resolutions calling for them to do the right thing, the people who are involved in this case, to do the right thing and step down.
Carmela Mantello sending us this statement. Despite efforts to undermine people's faith in our democracy, I'm confident the board will conduct a fair and secure election. Now, voters I spoke with say they're confident about that as well, hoping their vote can help promote justice and more honesty moving forward. We're going to take a deeper dive into why this trial will not comply with that Speedy Trial Act later on tonight at 6 o'clock.
So, Tom, is there anything that the state can do to provide more oversight into the county's elections?
I did reach out and spoke with the New York State Board of Elections today. They noted the individuals in question are county officials as opposed to being part of the actual Board of Elections itself. They say they're committed to working with that County Board of Elections to ensure integrity. I will note now, in January, former Republican Board of Elections Commissioner Jason Schofield, he pled guilty to 12 counts of absentee ballot fraud. That was back in 2021, so kind of wrapped in as a part of this case as well.
All right, long way to go. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks.
The trial of the 3 Rensselaer County officials accused of casting illegal votes in the 2021 primary and general elections is now set for September of 2024.
Rich Christ, James Gordon, and Leslie Wallace were arrested in April, facing several charges for violating federal laws, each facing up to at least 10 years in prison. CBS6's Tom Eshin joins us live in studio tonight, where he's been going through the court documents to learn more about the timing of the trial in this case. Hi, Tom.
Thank you, Greg and Liz. Voters and organizations I spoke with in Rensselaer County today reaffirmed their confidence in the election process there, but several also had questions about the actions in the past and now that pending litigation surrounding Rensselaer County officials.
Well, I understand that part of it is in the name of due process, so that people have the right for counsel and to prepare. I do believe that that shouldn't extend to them staying in office longer.
We are seeing justice happening. It's just sometimes happening slower than we would like. So when you ask about the mayoral election and the city council elections and others that are coming up, I do have full confidence that we're not going to see that kind of thing happening here.
Now, earlier tonight, we heard from the Republican mayoral candidate, Carmela Mantello. She said that she's confident the board will conduct a fair and secure election, of which these recent cases are trying to ensure.
Rensselaer County Director of Operations Rich Christ, Director of the Bureau of Central Services James Gordon, and Leslie Wallace with the Rensselaer County Executive's Office have been accused of casting false and illegal ballots in the 2021 election. All three individuals continue their day-to-day jobs with the county and will continue to do so through the 2023 election season and now into 2024. The date, September 3rd, 2024, falls outside of the 70 days as stated in the Speedy Trial Act of 1974. But court documents show there's reasons for that. They say around May 11th, the prosecution added 81,000 Bates-stamped documents to its discovery process, with more added in July. The defense, citing the review of the discovery materials, moved for additional time to file pretrial motions and to prepare for the trial itself. From there, both sides decided on September 3rd of 2024. Attorneys wouldn't go into details regarding the nature of the 81,000 documents, which from what we're told and have researched could range from emails to votes to any other business documents the defendants might have used. The document goes on to say the ends of justice served justifies going beyond those parameters of a speedy trial with what they take into account the exercise of due diligence.
Now, as we've reported, the Democratic minority in the Rensselaer legislature has called on the individuals involved to resign from their positions. Reached out to the majority and county executive today. Didn't get a response from them just yet on that.
All right, so from your conversations, what are people saying about this year wait for this trial?
Yeah, I spoke with some of the individuals in the community today, and they go, well, that's just, I guess, the legal process, despite the frustration that it's not going to happen before this election coming up here in November. But also some attorneys on the legal side of things that are outside of this case said this is also a very complicated case. So they thought that, yes, because of some of those 81,000 documents that we heard about, that this is going to take a little longer. We saw that in the arraignment, too. That took longer than we thought it would originally as well, because some of the debates about witnesses and whatnot. So a little bit of on both sides of the equation, you're seeing some reaction tonight.
Okay, it's always a slow process. I mean, everything's complicated when it comes to legal matters, but all right.
Exercise a little patience, I guess.
Absolutely.
All right, John.
That's true. Yeah.
Thanks very much.